Never mind. Hey guys, it's me. I'm kind of doing like a different video. There might be like multiple of this video. Like not that like I don't know. I'm gonna call this like a podcast. I don't think it's like it would be classified as a podcast, but I'm fucking calling it that because it's my channel and I'll call it whatever I want. Obviously I had to refilm this eventually because Babe wants to do it for his channel. So, but this one's gonna be kind of long, but not as long as if me and him were gonna do it. I'll upload that one when we do it together. I'll upload that on my channel as well as on his. Because like it's just gonna be my opinion on it, and it's not gonna be him adding his like 2 cents and bantering back and forth upon it. So last night we played the new Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare. We played the zombies because I wanted to rent it. I've been wanting to rent it for a while because I want to buy, if I wanted to see if I was gonna like it before I buy it, because I'm not gonna buy it and spend all this money on it and find out I'm not gonna like it, and just have it sit there. And it's hard for me to get into town to go return it, so I wanted to make sure like I was absolutely gonna love it, or like at least like it and want to play it before I buy it. So we played that last night a couple of times, and we played the zombies. The generic like map that comes with the game without the season pass, without the DLC, is called Zombies in Spaceland. Now I like literally did this at work. Like I have it like all written out. It was on a receipt paper, but like I wasn't able to like write out my thoughts. I was just putting like the bullet points of like pros and cons. Now we played it for a good, I don't know, like what would you say, like 4 hours combined, like 4 or 5 hours combined. We got pretty far in a couple, just to like kind of like, we just wanted to test it to see what the dynamics are, what the perks are, like what everything is. Help him up. Because he just ate, so he doesn't jump up after he eats. Well, bless you. Bless you. Like just how everything was set up, just so when we do buy it, because he wants to buy it for Xbox One and I'm getting it for PS4, obviously. I'll just put that there. Just so we can see how everything is, kind of like get a feel for it, whatever. Because you can't just base it off of just like one game, like one round, or you have to like play it a couple of times to like figure out the bugs or figure out this and that. Okay, so now I'm gonna get like into the pros. These are my pros. His are probably gonna be completely different. I don't know. He didn't write his down. His are in his little noodle, but I wrote mine down because I talk a lot and I kind of want to stay on point in this game. It's more realistic to me, and this one he can agree on too. Let me go to my note page because I have like the bullet points, and then like feels like you're actually in the game at some points. Like we haven't played it, well, he played it full screen. We played I only played it split screen with him. I haven't, I never got a chance to play it by myself. The blood in this one looks a little bit more real than the Black Ops 3. The zombies look a little bit more realistic. The setting looks more realistic. The first time we played it, he's like, oh my god, it feels like I'm in there like the entire time. They made the, even like the wood looking really, like the simplest little things looking more realistic. Now this is set, in case anybody didn't play it or whatever, I'm not going to do any spoilers or whatever. It is set in the 80s. So that is kind of like, well, I'm going to just jump into that. I like the 80s themed names, like, Quick Revive is something completely different. I can't remember it, but like they had like cheesy like little 80s names for everything, and it was kind of, I think it's cute. I don't know why. I was never born in the 80s. I'm a 90s baby, but I think it's cute, and I like the 80s music. I don't know why. It was like a nice touch to kind of like, because they could have like, they actually picked like real 80s music. They didn't do like the generic, generic 80s music. Like they actually took music from the 80s and put it in there. I liked that the perks like, to me it seemed like the perks lasted a little bit longer. Now I cannot confirm nor deny this because like we didn't we weren't really focused on that. We were just focused on playing and trying to figure out where all the perks were, where now what I mean by perks, I mean like not quick revive, not jog and juggernaut, not that, the ones that you get when you kill zombies, carpenter, insta kill, nuke, and max ammo. Insta kill, to me it seemed like insta kill lasted a little bit longer than it did in Black Ops 3. We will eventually test, like, my little theories that I have. We will eventually test them. Like, we already tested one of his theories, and, well, it was both of our theories because we both had 2 different theories about the same thing. We tested that. I like testing things. Like, I don't know why. Like, I think it's like the scientific part of me, like, because I've always been like a science nerd. But like, we will test the theories and like we will do like an update video or whatever on this. There's new perks. There's infinite ammo that shows up regularly. Infinite bomb. There's new perk machines. There's a total of 10 of them in this game, like 10 total perk machines. I cannot remember their names, but I will do an update video on that and show we're working on being able to show where things are. We're working on that. But like we will obviously like tell where they are. The ATM money transfer. In this one there's in the first there's like a little room where you start off. It's not like a room, it's like a little, it's set in a theme park. So it's like the first gates when you walk in or whatever, like the concession area, blah blah blah. Then you go through like the second area and there's an ATM. We haven't we didn't, like, I wasn't really like looking for like the rest of the ATMs, but there's obviously got to be more than just 2. If you're like, because there's like a little teleporter, if you are standing with your back to the teleporter, this side, which is the left side, your left is the withdrawal machine, and to your right is the deposit. If you are facing the teleporter, to your left is the deposit, to your right is the withdrawal. Now, we tested our theory. Well, his theory is, he's like, maybe it was like, it's like, it was at Black Ops 2? Black Ops 2, where, what did you say it was? Yeah, but like, what did you say about it? Okay, when you deposit money in every game, you can withdraw it. Like, say you both die, like, say you're playing like 2-player, and you both die. The next game, you can go and take it. No, that's not how this is. Now, my theory is like, okay, maybe like you can deposit, like one can deposit money and the other person can take it. That is actually true. I deposited money and it showed up for him as being able to withdraw it. So say, because this is how we play. Like, I always stay in like one area because I stay in my comfort zone. I'm like, in zombies, I tend to move around a little bit more when it's just 2-player. But when it's multiplayer, like when we're playing online, I tend to stay in corners. I tend to stay in areas where they can only come in one area because I don't have the hand-eye coordination like I used to, because I used to play video games constantly, and then like I just completely stopped. So it's just like I'm trying to like relearn how to do things. I use my hands a lot, so. But he usually tends to have like a shit ton of money. So I like this, that he can put money in there, say I need money or whatever. He can put money in there and I can put money in there and we can both withdraw it. I like the new mission. Let me see what I have for this. Like building, like instead of like, cause with the generic map that comes with the game, like Shadows of Evil, there you like have to do like the rituals. And this one you have to like build different things, and they are to possibly help your gameplay. I know that like the first thing that you have to build is like this little robot. Like you have to find his head. Didn't you build that the first time we played? But like, and like it shoots them, like it shoots the zombies. So I think that, I don't know about like anything else, because like we didn't really get, like he got far, because like he just goes and I just kind of just stay behind and I just go at my own little pace. But like we haven't really like kind of explored too well. To me it seems like it's a bigger map. Like when you in the first little area, staging area that you start off in, there's a map of the entire amusement park, and to me it seems bigger. Like the map doesn't show like to scale, but like to me it just, I don't know, probably because it's more of an open area compared to Shadows of Evil. It just seems bigger, like, because I know, like, with Dare Oz and Drahe or whatever, to me it seems more closed in because there's so many buildings. In this one, the buildings you can go in and out of, and there's multiple doors where you can go in and out of. As with it, some of them, it's only, like, one door you can get in and out of. In some cases, I think I was able to get through a window. But to me, it just seems more, it's like it's a more open area, so to me it seems bigger. Like I said, we're probably going to test this because he's played like almost every single fucking Call of Duty game. Black Ops 1, 2, 3, whatever. There's new mid-level threats. I call them mid-level threats. I don't know the technical name for them. Like there used to be like the dogs, like every 5 or 6 rounds. The Moraga or whatever the fuck it's called in Black Ops 3, in Shadows of Evil, that 3-eyed thing. In this one, it's fucking clowns. Now, I'm just gonna jump into the con for this, because it's like already, like, I fucking hate clowns. I am terrified of clowns. I wasn't paying attention because, I'll bring this up at like another point, but I wasn't paying attention because it was our first time playing. Like, this was the first game that we played, like the first whatever, like we just put it in, whatever. I'm doing something, I think I was getting ammo or rebuilding a barrier or whatever, and I turn around and there's fucking 4 clowns running at me. I let them kill me because I was terrified. He's laughing his ass off because he's like, why did you stop? I'm like, because I got scared, okay? Like, when you see 4 fucking clowns running at you laughing with glowing fucking eyes, you ain't gonna move. You're gonna be fucking stuck terrified. But I just run like a bitch from them now. Like, I shoot them, but I still run. I figured this out. I don't know if he figured it out, but I'm more vocal about things than he is. When I play, I'm more vocal. He just keeps to himself. They come in pairs of 2. Like, pairs of 2. Duh. They come in pairs. They spawn in pairs. They die in pairs. They blow up. So, like, when you shoot one, the other will die. In some cases. I know there was one case where we shot the one and the other one didn't die. But they always spawn in pairs, and the majority of the time they die in pairs. So that's the kind of good thing. The least, like, it's not like with the dogs, one spawns. Like in Black Ops, what was the one that we always play with the original giant? That's 2, right? 1. In Black Ops 1, the dogs spawn 1 at a time. In Black Ops 3, they spawn in, like, 2s or 3s. So, like, 2 or 3 spawn at a time. But in Black Ops 1, only one spawns at a time. So, you know, the souvenir coin. Now, there's a thing where you have to, like, you kill zombies, or sometimes you even do stuff or whatever, but majority of the time, when you kill zombies, a little coin pops up. You can only carry one at a time, and you go to the souvenir machine, and you take 3 coins, and it makes you something. Like Black Ops. Does Black Ops 3 have the monkey, or is it just 2? Okay, in the Black Ops trilogy, they have the monkey bomb. In this one, since it's set in the 80s, they have a boombox bomb. So you set it down, and it plays music, and they start dancing to it. He set it down, like, because he does the coins or whatever. If I have one, I put it in the machine. If I don't, I don't. He set it down, and I was standing there, and they literally were running past me, completely ignoring me, just to go to the music. Now, when we usually play Black Ops 1 or 2, we switch between the two of them. Usually when they throw the monkey bomb, they still sometimes come after me. Nope, they completely just ran past my ass like I was like nobody, like a piece of trash, and just went to and it blew up. There was another one where it was a generator and it was shooting lasers and killing them. And then another one was a turret, so like it was shooting them. So you don't know what you're gonna get. It's whatever the machine decides to give you. There's a new thing called perk cards. There's a little. It sucks I can't fucking show you. There's a little, like, on the bottom screen, like the bottom part of your screen, there's like a little devil, and every time you get points, so like every time you shoot zombies, rebuild barriers, even if when you buy something, you get a little meter that fills up. And then when it fills up, you can choose your perk. You use the up and down button on the keypad or whatever, not the joystick, to choose, and then you click, not the triggers, but the ones above it, you click them down at the same time to activate it. There's one called Scorching Sun, where every time a zombie attacks you, they set on fire. There's one where it, all the perks are Carpenter, which is kind of stupid. There's one for infinite bombs, I think, or max bombs or something. And there's a couple other that I can't remember. There's one for health, where you revive health faster or something. I don't know. There's a new thing called the Revive Arcade, where, like, say, I'm the one that always dies the most. He can testify to this. So instead, like, when you're playing multiplayer, like when you're playing split screen or online, and you die, instead of just sitting there, like, bored out of your mind, or, like, just watching everybody else play, you can play games to try to revive yourself. Now, like, especially when you're playing, like, multiplayer, the rounds obviously last a lot longer, because there's more people playing, and there's hence more zombies. So, like, you can sit there and play games to, like, you have to fill up a meter, and you get a coin, and you can revive yourself. Some of the games are kind of, like, the games are stupid, but, like, it's just easy to get it. I've never got it because, like, I always get revived too soon, so. I like the infinite ammo and bomb perk. For a while, you get, like, as much ammo as you want and as many bombs as you want. I like the possibility of a boss threat in the narrator. That's just me. I don't know if he's a threat or if he's just there. Because I know in Shadows of Evil, the Shadow Guy or whatever, Shadow Man or Shadow Maker or whatever the fuck he's called, he's a threat at some point. Like, I don't know. He has something to do with it, and you have to fight him or something. I don't fucking know. But, like, I don't know, just the way he says things and the way he puts things, like, how he says it and what he says kind of makes me think that he might be a possible threat. And plus the whole beginning scene is kind of like making me to believe that he could be a possible boss at the end. I don't know. I like the down counter. Like when you get knocked down, it counts how long you have until you die. I think it's like 33 seconds. I know it's in the 30s. So, that's cool. And then the zombies drop stuff. I know, like, before it was always, like, insta-kill, max ammo, carpenter, the nuke. This one, they drop tickets, ammo clips, and bombs. Like, bomb clips. That's all we've seen so far. There's probably something else that I'm missing, but I've only seen tickets, bomb clips, and ammo clips. Now to the cons. I've already talked about some of this in like the pros, but here are the cons. Since it's a more open area, it means more ways to get lost, in my case, and more, like, you can get attacked in different, like, from different, more areas, and get stuck. Because I got stuck a lot. Because, like, there's, like, trash everywhere on the floor. So, like, sometimes it glitches and you get stuck on it. And I got lost a lot. Because, like, some of it's, like, one big open circle. But that's just me. Like, I know probably some people would get lost. But I'm a dumbass and I get lost very easily. Back to the whole ATM money transfer. Once you die or start a new game, you lose any money that you put in there. So it's not like, oh, you die and you can just go right back to there. Another pro that I forgot to put down is when you do die, you can go to Lost and Found for $2,000 and get any guns, any weapons that you had when you died back. That's what I like. Because I have, like, if you, like, so let's say you had, like, a wall gun or a box, the gun from the box, and you die. You get it right back for $2,000. Half the time, I never have $2,000 because I suck. The box is no longer a box. It's like, oh, it's a wheel. I don't know how it works. Did you ever get to the point of using one? Of course he did, but we'll talk about that in his video. But it's a wheel. It's not a fucking, Juggernaut is not a drink. It is candy. Instant Revive is a candy. And this, I don't know what else. We haven't seen anything else. Well, he has. I haven't. What's the next one? Back to the. There's new guns. Now, most people will be like, oh, that should be a pro. No. Most of them shoot electroshock waves, and they have little to no effect on the zombies. So you can sit there and it'll load 2 clips in a fucking zombie, and it does barely nothing. Now, if you look, okay, let's say you shoot an entire clip into a zombie with electroshock, and it does nothing. Compared to shooting an entire load with a normal gun, it'll do something at some, like, with 3 or 4 shots, compared to a couple of clips. Yes, the guns are more cooler looking, and, like, the whole electroshock thing is pretty cool, but it does nothing. It doesn't stun them. It doesn't do anything. It just pisses them off. It'd be cool if they could, like, go back and, like, fix that and be, like, at least stun them to, like, keep them still or something, or have some effect on them instead of just nothing. The whole changing of the rounds. And what I mean by, like, changing of the rounds is between, the rounds are shorter, for one. Like, usually the rounds are pretty long. These are short as shit. And he can even testify to this. They're short. And I personally don't like that. Because, like, you can't do much in between rounds. Like, you can't do much. Like, with, Black Ops 3, between rounds, you can do a lot more. like, say with the last zombie, you were able to do a lot more. The space in between the rounds, though, you cannot, it's so short. It's like one ends, it starts like right up. And there's a little chime or whatever. Once you hear that chime, the zombies are already gonna come. Like, you don't, like, I'm gonna keep going back to Shadows of Evil and Black Ops 3 or whatever, because that's what I've played the most. You have, usually between, like, hordes of zombies, you have some time to do something. In here, you don't. So you have, between fighting the zombies, you have to, like, do your shit while you're fighting them. Like, you don't have, like, that little bit of downtime, like, between rounds or at the end of a round, because they just go, they fly. Like, before we knew it, we were at fucking level 8 before we did, before I did barely anything. Another thing is the intro to the, like, the clowns or whatever. It's so fucking subtle that the only way you can hear it is with headphones. And that's what we've come to find out. When we played a couple rounds without headphones, and we played 1 or 2 rounds with headphones, and we did better with the headphones than we did without. Because the, sometimes they come at 5 and sometimes they come at 6. You hear, sometimes the music changes a little bit. It's more like, instead of like, whatever, like traditional 80s pop music, it turns quickly, it does like a guitar riff, and then they come. Other times they say something about their souls, not like, go fetch me their souls out loud. Like, when you hear, when the dogs come, like when the zombie dogs come, you know it, because there's that light, indication, and they say it out, like, when they say, fetch me their souls, the person says it loud enough for you to hear it. Then again, there's no music playing. There's no, like, loud 80s music playing in the background. And it is loud in some spots. But, like, it's so subtle that, like, the only way we could be able to hear it is with the headphones. And I think that's, I'm like, come on, like, not a lot of people play with headphones. Some people, me, when I play by myself, I have to have the headphones. Like, with the Xbox, like, I wish it was like with the PS4, like, when you plug in the headphones, you hear everything. And there, you only hear people talk. Like, with the Xbox, you only hear people talking. And that, like, when you're, like, on live or whatever. And it's, I don't know, they should change that. That's just my opinion. The coin thing. You're only able to carry 1 coin at a time. Instead of, like, being able to carry, like, multiple coins, you can only carry 1 at a time. I think that's kind of stupid. The punch defense. They got rid of the knifing defense. Like, you know how you can use joystick, the right joystick to knife? You punch them. It does not, like, the one character, he has a bottle, and he hits him with the bottle, and, like, the sound it makes is so freaking hilarious that every time, like, he did it, like, when he was a character, I just started bursting out laughing, because it's just so funny, and it's so cheesy. Because no bottle sounds like that. If you hit somebody with a fucking glass bottle, it's gonna break. It's not gonna just stay in one piece. And if it does, it's gonna break the next time you hit somebody. Not like when you hit them multiple times, it's not gonna stay in one place. It's not gonna stay solid. It has very little effect on them. Like, it takes, like, with the stab, like, 1 or 2 stabs and they die. This one, you have to punch them a couple of freaking times. Except when you were down, you punch them once and they stay still. And then you can just punch them a couple more times and then they die. So that's kind of good. Like, at least with, like, the knifing, when you're down, they still keep moving. With this, you punch them, they stay, they don't move. You punch them a couple times, they're dead. The bombs. You can only throw 1 bomb at a time in this. Now, we don't know about the other DLC. We don't have the game, and we don't have the season pass, so we don't have any of the other DLC, so we cannot speak on that. We're only talking about, like, the programmed map that comes with it, Zombies in Spaceland. You can only throw one bomb at a time, and instead of multiple, which you're normally able to do, you can press it multiple times and throw multiple. In order to throw the next one, you have to wait till the first one goes off. And they don't have that much effect on the zombies. I threw as many as I possibly could, which was like 3 because it takes forever, and they didn't do shit. It was done. The nuke perk. Now, the pro of the nuke perk is it acts faster than the other than in Black Ops 3 and all the other Black Ops. The downside, when you get the nuke perk, it will hurt anyone, zombies or players, that is near it. Now, it's usually it just affects the zombies. No, this shit like atom bomb shit. And like I actually like when he implemented it a couple of times, I actually died from it. I was not near a zombie or anything, but like it just sends a fucking like cloud of shit, and it knocked me out. Like, so like you have to be very careful when you use the nuke. Like, yes, it works instantly, but it also will hurt you at the same time. The tickets thing. You need tickets to get some parts. There's some, like, at one point you had to get, like, there was a machine where you can get generator parts, but you needed tickets. You can get bombs, like certain, like, specialty bombs, and guns. Some guns, like, I've seen one, I think, and some areas, possibly to open areas. Picking up tickets is a burden at some points because, like, especially when you have, like, millions of zombies and you have to, like, try to pick up the tickets because they drop in, like, a backpack or whatever, like, to try to pick them up while you're trying, like, it's just a burden to me, at least. Certain areas don't open. Gated areas don't open. It would be cool to, like, because there's the gates or whatever. I think it'd be cool to, like, area to explore because, like, zombies can come from there, but there's also places that you can hide. So, like, I don't know, maybe they should be able to, like, open at some point, or at least be able to open, but, like, at a higher cost. Back with, like, the whole opening the things, it says one price on there. Say it like it says 1,000. No, you need to put 2,000 in order to open it. You put 1,000, and then the meter goes up, and then you put another 1,000, and then it opens. I don't know if those go for, like, the lower ones, but I think it's only for the ones that, like, say, like, 1,000 or 1,500 or whatever. You had to put multiple money in it. And I think that's stupid. It should just say what it costs and then leave it at that, not like, oh, it costs, like, let's say it's, like, let's put that it costs 1,000, so you put 1,000 in there, and you spent your only 1,000, but you can't open the thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of, like, boring when I'm doing it by myself because I don't have him, like, inputting his shit. But, like, those are what I can think of. Obviously, like, once I think of more shit, I'm going to put it down and, like, add it to his video. But, that's all I can think of with this video. So, there's probably going to be more, in this series. Like, we're probably, I'm going to talk to him and see if, like, we're going to do, like, throwback to, like, Black Ops 1. So, until next time, bye, guys.